Welcome back everybody to yet another tier list video. This time we are talking about all of the Gigantamax forms and ranking them on the tiers I've been using for all my other videos. The reason I chose to do Gigantamax forms as my next tier list is because it's pretty safe to assume that there won't be any more added. Like, I wanted to do Mega Evolution, but there's going to be new Mega Evolution Pokemon Z-A. And like, there might be additional Pokemon added for Gen 9, so I don't really want to do the Gen 9 video tier list yet, just in case Z-A adds more. So, we're on to the Gigantamax forms of Gen 8, and sorry if you hear a little bit of an echo, I'm going to try not to have it too bad, but I'm just testing out some setups in my apartment where I'm living now. So, starting off, Gigantamax, it's kind of hard to rank the Gigantamax forms, like, I don't even know what would be a good criteria. My thoughts were like what looks cool, but it's not like Mega Evolution, where it's like you want them to feel like the fourth stage or like the next stage of evolution. Whereas the Gigantamax is just like, does it have interesting like flair to it? It's kind of what I'm feeling. So that's kind of what I'm going for. Like, does it embody the Pokemon and make him like menacing? I feel like Gigantamax should be like menacing, like, oh shit, he's really fucking big. That's kind of how I feel Gigantamax should be. So, let's start us off. Venusaur's Gigantamax form, G-Max Venusaur. He's okay, because he's got like the really big vines and the flower that kind of over covers him like an umbrella. He's okay. I think I'll put him in like, I think it would have been good. Of course, I'm going to have some bias for Pokemon that I already like, which might get ranked a little bit higher for some G-Maxes, but yeah, I think I'm going to put, I think G-Max Venusaur is, I think he's good. He's not amazing, I think he's just good. G-Max Charizard, I know I don't really like Charizard that much, but if I'm ranking just the G-Max forms by themselves, he is pretty cool, and he does get the extra sauce because Leon has him as his ace. So I'm actually going to give him a grade. I think it's pretty cool. He's just like bigger and he's got like a flame scarf, it kind of looks like. I think that's pretty cool actually. I'm not complaining too much about that. Blastoise, it looks like he just gets a really spiky shell. I don't think Blastoise is that cool. I think I'm going to put him in like okay. He's like fine. I don't know. I don't hate him. I don't think he's mid or any. Oh, sorry, he is mid. I don't think he's meh, but he's just like fine. Butterfree. Butterfree has like a new design on its wings. I think that's kind of cool. It's kind of random that Butterfree of all Pokemon got a G-Max, but whatever. I'll give him a good. Yeah. Pikachu is just like chonky, which is kind of funny, but it's also kind of like lame. Like, I don't think he looks menacing, so I'm gonna give him an okay. G-Max Meowth looks really stupid. But like, why did they give it to Meowth of all Pokemon? It's gonna go meh. G-Max Machamp. He does have like extra coloring on at the ends of his hands, which is kind of cool, admittedly. I don't know if he's amazing though. I think I'll give him a good. I think he's intimidating, but I think they could have done a little more to his design. G-Max Gengar is fucking weird. He looks kind of like, he's like a fun house kind of thing, or like one of those like spooky rides where you go into the mouth of something. That's kind of what he looks like to me. He's got a massive tongue. I think I'll put him, I think is he good or okay? He's a little dumb looking. But like, I don't actually like hate how he looks. I just think they could have been a little more creative with it. Is kind of what I'm thinking. But I think I'm going to give him a good. Actually, no, I'll give him okay. I'm going to just give him an okay. I think all these guys look a little bit cooler. G-Max Kingler. Once again, another weird Pokemon to give a G-Max form to. Like, why Kingler? I don't know. I don't think Kingler's amazing. I think he's kind of okay. Same kind of thing. I think he's kind of just meh. He does get a beard, which is a little funny. But he's just like, I don't know. He doesn't look that much crazier. Same with Lapras. I do like Lapras, but I don't think it gets that much crazier. So I'm going to give it an okay. G-Max Eevee is just like bigger. I think it's okay as well. G-Max Snorlax is probably the best one. Or one of the best ones. I think he's pretty funny. He has like an entire like tree growing on top of him. That's funny. I'm going to give that a perfect. Oh, I gotta change the song. And it changed for me. Great. Yeah, I think he's probably the best one. Of like, this is not just like a perfect Pokemon in general. This is specific to the G-Maxes, which one I rank. I think G-Maxes are way inferior to Megas. Megas are so much cooler and a lot more interesting, and feel like they actually are like more impactful to the game itself. But at least, just in terms of the G-Maxes themselves, I think Snorlax is kind of cool. Yeah, Garbodor is just like a bigger trash heap, but it does have extra things inside of its trash heap, which I think is kind of cool. I think I'm actually going to give it a great. Yeah, at least Garbodor's got a little bit more sauce. Melmetan is just like, whatever, man. I don't give a frick about him. And now we're on the Gen 8 guys. Corviknight is kind of just like bigger. He's kind of okay. I think this guy's name is Orbeetle. Hold up. I want to make sure I get this right. I think it's Orbeetle. I think it's the guy's name. Yeah. G-Max Orbeetle. He's like a flying saucer, which I think is actually pretty cool. I'm going to give that a great. I think I like that. G-Max Dreadnought. He's like alright. I like that he stands up now. That's fun. Just the G-Max ones where they're just like bigger. I don't know. I feel like you can do a little more than that. I think Dreadnought's like okay for his G-Max. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. G-Max Colossal is great. I think he's pretty sweet. He looks like, actually, I don't even know, perfect. I like it because it turns him into like a whole ass volcano. I think that's pretty sweet. I can't really complain about that. He's just like he was originally like a growing coal pile. Now he's like, looks like he's going to erupt. That's cool to me. G-Max, what is this guy? Flapple? I think this guy's Flapple. Yeah, G-Max Flapple is pretty cool. Yeah, I think Gigantamax Flapple's kind of cool. I'll give him a good. He does kind of look like a candy apple like you get during like fall time. I think that's kind of fun. G-Max Sandaconda. He's like a giant tornado. I think that's good at least. Yeah. G-Max Toxtricity. He's hidden like gecko vibes. Give me like lizard vibes. But I still think they could do more to him. He's kind of just like sitting down now, but he is like menacing with his like glowing eyes. Yeah. G-Max Centiskorch is pretty cool. They just made him like ridiculously long, and he's actually pretty menacing, even though you one-shot him. So I think, yeah, you can one-shot him in the gym, but I still think he's pretty cool. G-Max Hatterene is kind of okay. It kind of just looks like Hatterene again. Yeah, I think it's just okay. Yeah. G-Max Grimmsnarl is S tier. He's fucking menacing. I think I said this in my video when I talked about Gen 8. Like, if I was in a Pokemon battle and I was going up against a G-Max Grimmsnarl, I'd be fucking quaking in my boots. Like, teeth chattering, like, I would be terrified to go up against Grimmsnarl. He looks very imposing. Yeah. He's really cool, though. I think he's pretty sick. Would be interested in trying one in a party because of his G-Max form. Like if I played Gen 8 again. Definitely. Alcremie turns into a cake. I fucking love sweets. I gotta give that A tier at least. A whole cake is really funny. I think that's pretty cool. Copperjaw. I did give Copperjaw an S tier. But in terms of his G-Max, he's kind of just like bigger. I don't think he goes so crazy. I think his trunk gets a lot larger, which is kind of fun. But I don't know. I think he's just kind of good. I think they could have done more with him. Turns Duraludon into a fucking hotel. That's awesome. That's S tier. I love seeing him. He's pretty sweet. Now we're on to the starters that they added. I think they added an Isle of Armor, because I don't think base game had G-Max starter forms, which is really weird. I don't know why they wouldn't. It just makes sense to have G-Maxes for the year starters, but either way. Rillaboom, he turns into a whole drummer. That's pretty cool. Pyro, what's this guy's name again? Oh my god, I'm totally blanking. Scorbunny, Raboot, Cinderace. Cinderace is on top of a giant like fireball, soccer ball. That's pretty sweet. Inteleon is like the 007 kind of Pokemon, is what they tried to do. They made him like a spy, like a sly kind of guy. And for his Gmax form to be just like a giant water tower that he sits on top of at like a sniper perch, that's pretty cool. That's pretty sweet. I think that's fun. I actually like all the starter ones. And then Urshifu. I think the Urshifu ones are kind of lame because they're just like, I like that they're different colored because of the Swift and Strong or whatever the two fighting styles are, like the Rapid Strike and then like the regular Strike, the Dark and Water variants, and they have slightly different colors. So this is the Water one, and then this is the Dark one. I think it's cool that they have slight color changes because this one gets more red, this one's more blue. I like that. However, he is kind of just bigger, unfortunately. But I'll give this one, I think I'm going to give them both great, just because they do look very imposing, but they kind of look the same. Just but bigger. And yeah, that's about it. I don't think any of them are bad. If anything, I think Meowth would probably be like my least favorite one. He's just like stupid. I don't know. But Melmetan, I have no feelings for that guy. And then Kingler is just whatever, man. Just fucking Kingler. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching this video. This is a really quick one. I'm still working on some other short videos in the meantime while I do some other bigger projects before my school gets too busy. But yeah, for now, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.